Hi everyone, today I wanted to show you some one-man boosts that you can perform on various maps. You can use these to catch your opponents off guard, especially when you're by yourself and want to gain an advantage. Also guys, I just wanted to quickly note that all of this video was recorded before the Panorama UI came out. It's been a long time in the making, so I really hope you like it. This first boost is pretty simple. You're jumping from on top of the barrels at the top of Banana, which you might call car, onto the half wall. This is a very good position to hold with an AWP or something mid-round when you know that the T side has been towards top mid, apartments, etc, etc, and then you think they might be coming back to B. You can surprise one of them by holding on top of the half wall with your AWP, getting an early pick, and then dropping down easily and running back to site. Pulling it off is actually rather simple, but counterintuitively, you don't actually want to aim for the corner of the half wall. You want to aim for the middle of the short edge of the half wall. If you aim for the corner, you'll drop and fall and won't make it. But as you see, when I aim for the middle, I make it. You want to crouch jump rather late as well. Again, every time I aim for the corner, it just doesn't work. This next one is on the A site of train. It's possible to get up onto the hut in the front of connector. It's actually a very easy jump to make. You get up onto this side of the bomb train, hop up onto this ledge, and then you basically just run straight forwards and crouch jump onto it. You need to make sure that you have a smooth run up. If you're moving off to the side like that at all during your jump, you will not build up enough speed for it. So you've got to have a clear run, and then as soon as you're ready, run, jump as late as possible, crouch, and you should get up very, very easily. And then you can watch a main, or you might surprise a CT rotating from the B site, for example, or you could watch a myriad of other angles. So here it is again. It's pretty simple. You really do have to jump as late as possible, or you'll just fall straight down. This next boost will get you out on top of the exit of garage onto mid on cache. You jump across here, line yourself up, move out to the left slightly. You can make sure that nothing's blocking your path for the jump by jumping up on the spot once first, and then you jump across, crouch, and you're onto the awning above the exit where most Ts will not expect you to be. There's a few things that can go wrong with this boost, which I'll go through first. So the first one is jumping inward rather than outward where you have a clearing. That will just have you hit the top awning and you'll fall. The next one is jumping out too far, obviously. And then lastly, you really want to hold shift while lining up the jump, otherwise you'll just fall straight off most of the time. So here it is again correctly. You can see I test once, I'm still hitting the top awning, test again, I'm hitting it. I make sure that I jump out to the left slightly, but then mid-air I come back in to the right to ensure that I land the jump perfectly. Here it is again, perfect. And you'll almost certainly get the drop on a T that walks out onto mid. This next one is also on cache. I'm sure that most people know about the jump across from red box to the quad box, but what a lot of people don't know is that the lamps along the wall at the back of the A site are solid, and you can jump onto them, like so. And all of them are solid, so you can jump all the way across onto the very last one, and it actually gives you a fairly good overview of the site. And if you want to try and be really sneaky, what you can do is drop a smoke onto it and hide there for a bit. And if you get really lucky, you might even want to attempt a ninja defuse. Of course, someone could always spam the smoke and they'd have a fairly high chance of hitting you, so it's always a gamble. Here it is again. You want to make sure that you aim for the corner of the quad box to get up there. You also want to be careful. It's fairly easy to fall off of those lamps. The way that I like to do each jump is actually to crouch fairly early within the jump. I find that it gives me a great amount of control for where I land, and then you just successively hop onto each one. This next one is for the people who play Wingman. In the middle of Short Dust, you can jump up onto the boxes in the middle very, very easily by yourself. And then there's a whole bunch of different angles that you can try and watch, depending on where you think the enemy is coming from. Obviously, it's not very ideal to hold right out in the middle there, so maybe you want to hop onto this box out in one corner, and then here's some examples of where you might want to watch, or you can hop onto the box in the opposite corner and hold there too. And of course, with a lot of these, it really depends where you think the enemy is coming from as to where you want to hold from. I really can't stress enough just how simple this jump is. It is literally just jump and then crouch at the top of the jump on the spot. If you try and move left to right or anything like that, you'll just fall straight off. I also think it's a cool idea to use this in an aggressive manner. Here's some footage from a match that I played recently where I was retaking the site as a CT. I jumped up onto the box quickly and caught the T player off guard. You're clearly not expecting someone to come from that angle, and because you can get up there very, very quickly by yourself, it's very powerful in helping you retake the site from two different angles. Next we move on to Overpass, specifically inside of the connector. This is a boost that I've actually covered in a previous video, but I wanted to include it here anyway just for visibility. The point is that you're jumping up from the spindle onto a very small corner of that pipe, and then up onto the pipe itself, and you've got a location that is not generally checked and could very easily be used to exploit one or two Ts as they push through connector early round. Here's how it would probably play out during an actual match. You'd be running down into connector at the start of the round, you would smoke off the tunnel, and then you'd get up onto the boost, and you'd be ready for when the smoke clears. Hopefully you can do it quickly and without much noise. Staying on Overpass, this next one is for Long. You'll be jumping up onto this bench and then finally up onto this big block here. It's akin to the half wall on Inferno, I guess, and it's one that you can use as a T or a CT depending on where you're up to, what's happening within that round. It gives you a great amount of visibility across all of Long. You could also try and use it like this to get an awkward peek on someone holding in that corner if you think they might be there. So here it is again. You'll note that I aim out slightly to the left of the wall rather than straight on, parallel to the wall. That's because if you do aim parallel to the wall, you'll hit that little awning and fall straight down. Last but not least, I've got a bonus boost for you, still on Overpass. I know that this video is titled One Man Boosts, but I really wanted to show this to you guys. I'm going to be putting down a couple of bots here, but in a real match, you would only need one teammate. It's pretty simple. You're just boosting up into heaven from water. Not many people are going to be expecting this as they're trying to retake the site. There's a very good chance of you being able to swing in and get a kill on their AWPer, person with a scout, etc, etc. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you learned something. If you know of any other one-man boosts, let me know in the comments below. See you next time.